Bande Matram, welcome all of you. So, the topic we are going to discuss right now on this great occasion like Dasera, Vijaya Dasami, that is on this realization must come in the waking state. In the waking state, this realization must come. You have to be awakened. You must be awake. Wake up state. One exam before going to have a discussion, brief discussion. I will give you one example. Once this Buddha Deva, Gautam Buddha was taking the class. He was preaching. Some disciples were sitting and listening the preach. That time actually it was seen, it was found that somebody is actually snoring, sleeping, very unconscious state. Then everybody is getting disturbed, but nobody is able to express their anger. They can't actually tell anything because the master is with them. Master is also silent. After some time, Buddha also could be able to feel the problem. Then actually, Buddha asked this man, "Are you asleep?" Immediately he gets up. No, 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 no. I am totally awake, in an awakened state. I am not sleeping. After some time, same chapter was actually you can find the same chapter, same revelation. Buddha Deva went on teaching, preaching, and this man was actually snoring like anything. People were getting disturbed. Again, the same question Buddha Deva asked: Are you asleep or are you awakened? Then this man is speaking, yes, I am not sleeping. I am in an awakened stage. I am totally active. Then Buddha Dev kept silent. Others are actually feeling disturbed. They are also smiling, but nobody is able to express their anger or anything, reaction. After some time, what happened? This same thing was continued. Then finally, initially two times, Sri Aurobindo, Buddha Dev was asking, okay, are you sleeping or awakened? This time, Buddha Dev is asking, are you dead or alive? Immediately, the answer comes from that snoring person, I am dead. Then everybody is astonished. Nobody is able to know how the spontaneous answer is coming, I am dead. That's what Buddha tries to confirm and clarify, of course, conclude that you are and we are in the dead state only when we know we are in the complete inconscient ignorance. Then it is the state through which we are moving, that is a state of the dead state. But we claim, most of the time we proclaim that we are alive, we are active, we don't have any inertia, we don't have any lethargy, we are usual, we are totally active, so and so we claim. But thing is that if you go a little bit behind and mark, you can find really in which state you are. But so far this yogic path is yoga is concerned, and this yogic path is concerned, you must be very serious. Sri Aurobindo comes and quotes here, it is in the waking state, only in the waking state. Waking state means in the morning you are moving here and there, that is not the waking state. Inner, this is the talk of the inner consciousness. Waking state, that this realization must come and endure in order to be a reality of life. It has to come, it has to manifest, it has to endure in order to become the reality of life. For that, actually, it needs a greater state, that is waking state. So, if experienced in a trance, it will be a subconscious state. Very interesting. So, really, this is of course initially first thing was in waking state, and the second thing, if you experience in a trance, suppose you are experiencing everything, it is trance, that is a subconscious, that it will be a subconscious state, and only for some part of the inner being, but not real to the whole consciousness. It will stay, it will come, it will endure, but in part, in partially in some parts, but not in the whole consciousness. Experience and a trance, so two things, one is experience and one is a trance, have utility for opening the being. Naturally they are needed, two things here in the course, experience and trance, the both the states They have got a utility for opening the being and the preparing. First is opening, second is of course preparing the being. But it is only when the realization is constant, realization coming and going. It is a fluctuating state. Like pendulum, it is just oscillating. In trance, you can find most of the times you feel it is permanent, but not like this. When it is constant in the waking state, only in the waking means morning to evening you are, or night you are in the awakened state like this. Awakened state, not the waking state. Sleep, you are totally unconscious. You are sleeping on the bed, and sometimes you are doing your work. You are in awakened state. You are waking, not like the realization is constant in the waking state, that the truly possessed. If that is coming in the waking state and it is constant, then you can find this is truly possessed. Therefore, in this yoga, in this yoga means particularly Sri Aurobindo's yoga, I mean integral yoga. So much value is given to the waking realization and experience. Much value is given to the waking experience and realization and experience. Otherwise, it will be a very difficult task for you to consider what really and how really the life is going on. Very difficult. So, two things Sri Aurobindo tried to quote. One is waking state, and another is trance. Something is coming in the waking state, that must come, and it will be very useful realization. In trance, it is coming, but actually, it is not the real to some part of the being, not to the whole consciousness. So both are actually for the utility for opening and for preparing. Two things: one for opening, and second for preparing. But in waking state, it is truly possessed, and in trance sometimes it comes and goes like this. For this, actually, Sri Aurobindo stresses upon, so far this integral yoga is concerned, on the waking realization and experience. That is what is being stressed upon. So again, waking state means simply opening the eyes and sitting for hours together, or moving, playing. If you feel that waking state, nothing like this. You have to gain the inner experience. So it is not a yoga of bhakti here in the course. Bhakti alone. Entire all the yoga where they ended this integral yoga started. So began there. So it is not a this is not a yoga of bhakti alone. It includes so many things. Bhakti is one element of that, one part, one portion of that. It is and at least it claims to be an integral yoga. So that is turning all the being to the part of the divine. Means you have got your devotion, it is from one part, but thing is that so far this integral yoga is concerned, the greater difference where we stress upon that being means turning your all your being in all its parts to the divine, turning all your being in all its parts to the divine. That is the greater difference we can find. But so that the nature also may become one with the nature of the divine. That is what the requirement. Nature of the so this nature, so that this the nature will also become one with the nature of the divine. That is what you get, you possess, and you can find here and there. And we will try to read some difference of conventions. Like initially we have analyzed in some more before time previously we have analyzed three conventions. One is Mayavad, Shankar, Buddha. Then we have come to the Vedantic convention. Finally, Sri Aurobindo's and the mother's views on integral yoga. How the step by step Mayavad, then impossibility, concept of impossibility. God is there, but nature can't change. And thirdly, Sri Aurobindo quoted, everything is good, it is not an illusion, nature will change, you have to do the yoga. Prakruti, nature, it must be transformed. So Sri Aurobindo's concept came speaking and analyzing and focusing upon more and more upon transformation. So here, the purely monastic Vedantist, Sri Aurobindo course, they say, All is Brahma. All is Brahma. Life is a dream. That is the problem. All is Brahma, but life is a dream. How it is? The world, unreality. World is a life is a dream, unreality. Only Brahman exists. That's what. That's what. They don't stress upon life. Simply they leave that world and go. They don't believe in this sansar and all. They don't believe. They simply see. They just simply turn their eyes from the world, from life, and they move on. But the thing is, for them, actually, the one thing is still true, that is all is Brahma. Life is uncertain, unreality. Life is a dream. But only thing, only existence, true existence, that is truly Brahma. So one has a nirvana or mukti. Second thing, already we have discussed in previous discussion in here. Well, this is Vedantic view. First view is Vedantist, monistic Vedantists say all is Brahma, life is a dream, and life is reality. Only Brahma exists. And then second concept, you can find the concept of nirvana or mukti. Nirvana, mukti, one lives only when the body, one lives till the body exists. As long as the body exists, that you have got your existence, and after that there is no such of things of life. All is Maya. So as long as this body exists for up to that point of time, everything is true. And after that, nothing is visible. You can find there is no such thing as life. So in both the way, life is devoured. Life has put the minimum importance. So they felt initially, they felt life is a dream, life is a unreality, only Brahma is true. And the second view in Nirvana and Mukti, so far this Buddhist concept is convention is concerned, they also find no such thing as life, because with the end of this body, material body, everything ends. And then what has to be overcome is the opposition of the ignorance that does not want to transformation of the nature. In both the cases, till now, if you are in the previous Vedantic view or in Buddhist view, Mayavad, anyway, you can find that they don't want the transformation of the nature. Transformation of nature is possible, but they don't stress upon. They still stress upon. Only example they feel they give, like in a bamboo hole, you can find the keep the tail of a dog for around 12 years. It can change. Simply that is bent. That's what we see. So it can't change. So if that can't be overcome, this nature can't be transformed and overcome, the old spiritual ideals will not form an obstacle. If you can accept that that cat has six legs, they have said yes, it is there. Then naturally there will not be any tussle, any problem, any tussle, any argument. So it is there. When you think something is different, naturally there will be a big tussle. Each step forward is a battle, not a tussle. It is a battle. Each step forward. As long as, because they live in their dogmatic views, they don't want to change. Transformation is a new word for them. They don't, not a new word. They don't know that transformation exists. That the process of transformation exists, and it is possible. We are going towards perfection. They don't have the mindset. They are in the actually 5,000 years back people mentality. They are still existing. It is not intended to supramental humanity. It is not intended to the supramental humanity at large, but to establish the principle of supramental consciousness. It is not intended to supramentalize the humanity at large. In the initial previous view, that view can't change, and you can supramentalize the humanity at large. But to establish the principle of supramental consciousness in the earth evolution, you can't change that. But you have to stick to how the transformation can be possible, and the supramental consciousness in the earth evolution can be found. It is what. So if that is done, then it is there needed will evolved in the supramental power. What that is needed will be evolved by the supramental power. This evolution will want. We are in the process of evolution, and then only this supramental power is established. It is not therefore important that the mission should be widespread. How? Because almost people are sleeping. They don't want to come out. They don't want to. Already we have discussed waking state and all. They don't have any interest even to come out. They don't know the way. They don't want to change. So this dogmatic view it is going on, and they are how this widespread it can't be. What is important is that you should be. It should be done in all, in however small a number, that is without any difficulty. Pick the small number, try to do it. Don't worry, and the time will come. The truth will itself spread. Thank you.